All right, here we go. Last two training sessions were really good. This is one arm dumbbell pressing. So we're up to 120 pounds on the flat bench. Felt really good on this day. Two sets of 10 and an AMRAP. It's funny, I've been playing a game with Natalie, my 18-year-old client, and I was like, all right, how many do you think I'm going to get, Nat? And she said 21 right before I went. And so I got to like 20 and it was really hard. And I yelled out, I'm not going to make you a liar. I did 21 reps, which is awesome. And we're getting to a point where, me and my coach were talking about like 21 reps with 120s. If I had both arms, would be like a huge PR for me. Like I'm absolutely getting stronger with the one arm right now than I was with both arms. It's like, I made the joke of pumpkin training, but maybe that's real. And again, just for anybody that doesn't know, the idea of pumpkin training is like if you wanted to have one really big pumpkin for the county fair, you cut all the other pumpkins off the vine. Like just train one arm. Like, is this one arm getting stronger? I don't know. So this was like a lateral raise machine, which you don't see the weight on this set. And I did 10.5 reps. I think I was supposed to do 12. But the trick is like I maxed out the machine with one arm. And I know the video doesn't capture all of me, but it was like pretty decent form. So I was actually baffled. And then it's funny because all the clients and training partners with Larry, Natalie, all them tried. So I filmed this one from the side so that people can actually see that it was, in fact, 200 pounds with one hand that I'm doing lateral raises with. This was an extra set that I did like 6 reps. So my shoulders have always been stupid strong, though. That's definitely the strongest muscle on me individually. And some of that is just genetic. I'm just built with very wide, very large shoulders. You can see our struggles here. I'm trying to do like single arm, crossbody, rear delt flies. And almost every rep, the dang pin was getting stuck on the plate. So Charlie's actually pulling it out each rep so I can do my 20 reps with these. These are great. I actually love these for rear delts. Super high rep is the way to go with these. So I think I was using like 30 or 40 pounds or something like that. But they feel great. If you've never tried those, it's a super simple movement. I don't attach anything to it. I just like to grab the actual cable right where it is and just do those. And you can literally let your body come all the way across your arm like that. There's Natalie's finger. She's definitely giving me some head squeezes and some pets. That's always appreciated. I appreciate that, Nat. But yeah, and then this was just a fun clip from the video. At one point when I was warming up, my good friend Izzy here, who was doing horrible split squats, horrible because who would want to do those? And he needed emotional support, not me. I didn't need emotional support. Izzy did. And so I held his hand while he did those. And I think it really helped him get through those tough split squats. Did some single arm tricep extensions. These are great. The gym beaver has really been at that rope. Every gym has a gym beaver that chews on the tricep extension rope. It's unfortunate. We actually think it is Natalie at our gym. She probably is the gym beaver chewing on those ropes. I don't know for sure though. I can't actually say. These are great. So I used to do these a while ago. I probably should have done them more often. We started bringing them in when I had grip problems. But this is like an old Ed Cohen thing. And you literally just set up like 135 in a rack and you're doing a single arm hold. The trick to it is you're holding 135 with one arm, but you have to balance that barbell. So it's like extra on the grip and the wrist. Always looks cool when I do it because an alien tries to pop out of the side of my stomach because my abdominal muscles are a little like weirdly overdeveloped. And or I have that like Mike Israetel, like my gut kind of distends. Like it's super hard. Not as fat as I look, I swear, guys. But I really like these. It's sad that I can only do it with one hand right now. But spoiler alert, I got a call from the VA today. Yes, I'm a veteran, so all of my healthcare is done through the VA. And they talked about possibly taking my cast off this coming Wednesday, which is way early. It was supposed to come off August 12th, so it might come off 10 days early because I went in to have them recast it, and it looks pretty good. And I showed them that I'm pretty darn functional with that arm without pain. So hopefully that is what's going to happen Wednesday. The cast comes off, but you can see now I can move my arm. I'm touching the SSB, but I'm not actually I'm not pulling on it. So it's not for anybody that wants to complain and be like, oh, I'm being dumb about it. No, I haven't done anything dumb. I still haven't bench pressed, although I owe Randy Fry a bench press because he sent me a video the last day in his soft cast where he benched 80 kgs. I did lay down while I was showing a client today, like bench press technique, and I pushed on a bar with 70 kgs, just pushed on it a little bit. There wasn't much. And I could feel like my left arm definitely isn't ready to be loaded that way, so I didn't do it. These squats were great. I did this with Larry. Big shout out to Larry. Having Larry as a training partner has been 10 out of 10. He literally just, most days we text in the morning, we check in, see what time we're going to go to the gym, see how we're feeling. And he's a great friend too. We just talk and we get started that way. And then we get to the gym and he's just doing whatever I'm doing. And we look at percentages. So I always give him basically like a minimum. Like on this day, I was like, all right, the minimum you're going to do is like, and what it would have been like 130 kgs. And then right away he started with more, and that's okay. Like I'm going to let him do whatever he feels like he's capable on that day, as long as the reps are looking good. And what happens a lot of times, he's starting with either the minimal weight or just something right above it. And as the sets go, he's doing more and more. And as long as it makes sense for us, that's going to work. And these are pin squats, by the way. So we're using the SSB. Neither of us use knee sleeves. I didn't use a belt because that's where I'm at in my training. And the idea is you're bringing them down ideally to about parallel or below. Mine is probably just below or about parallel. Larry's is probably just a little bit above, which I'm actually happy with for him. And then you're trying to bring him down to the pins and dead stop the weight. And I did 445 pounds for 4 sets of 4. Larry worked his way up to what was 160 kgs, so that'd be like 360 pounds, which is great. If his max is 445 and he's doing that weight with an SSB, 2 pins paused, without knee sleeves, Larry's getting strong as hell. And truly, like, I think Larry's going to be one of my most talented clients long term. And it's funny because I just am starting to see other people point it out and be like, dang, Larry's a stud, or Larry's potential, or blah, blah, blah. Like, I've known Larry's potential for a long time. And one of the biggest things I think right now is him taking this on of just like, I'm going to be your training partner. I think it makes a big difference because training partners are probably more important than coaches. And I say that as a coach with 20 clients. Like, your training partners are going to push you more than anybody. And it's going to cause you to do things that you wouldn't otherwise do, which is what Larry did on this day, which is huge. So I thought these went super well for me. I was very happy with the depth I was at. I was happy with how long I paused on the pins, just meaning the weight stops while I'm down there. And all of them moved pretty smoothly. It was heavy, though. Like, I felt it. This is definitely within the realm of challenging. But the crazy thing is, like, I feel really, really good physically right now. My body weight's now below 330, which is normally like where I feel like I'm on the lighter side of things. I'm below 330 with a cast on. I was 329 this morning. I'm only running 125 milligrams of testosterone, which means that's true TRT. Like, if you went to a TRT clinic, like a men's clinic, they're going to give you like 200 milligrams so that you feel good. I'm only doing 125 milligrams, which means I probably have the testosterone level of everybody else walking around in the gym. Granted, I haven't for many, many years. So, like, I'm not saying that, like, it's an even playing field. But right now, I don't have that extra assistance, and I still feel really good, which is interesting. And I'm talking with my coach about it because it's kind of opening up my eyes to how to approach dosing, and definitely probably going to make some healthy decisions with how I move forward with that, which is cool. And I'm sure a lot of people that love me are going to be really happy to know that. So, but yeah, even the 4 set, this was probably the one that felt the best, and I was pushing like the pauses a little bit. Also, looking back at these, I'm happy with just where my hips were in space. There's a wild Corinthian that just popped up in the background. Corinthian's one of the strongest female lifters I've ever worked with. And she's got a meet coming up in September, and she's probably going to win. Well, she's definitely going to win her weight class. She has a very good chance of winning the overall for tested female. She's done it before. She won a USAPL meet that she jumped in the night before. So she's an incredible athlete. We've been working on some things, so I was very excited to see her in the gym today. And yeah, there you go. Larry was doing his last set there with 160. Oh, actually, I cut him short. That's 162.5 kgs. So like 365 pounds, which he knew, by the way. He told somebody because somebody was squatting to the side of us or whatever they're doing to the side, asked him. He knew his weights, which tells me like Larry's invested, like he's in it right now. He's pushing hard. He cares about what he's doing. It's awesome to see, man. But yeah, these are really good. It'll challenge your core bracing, and it'll challenge your lower back if you let it get forward on you. So it takes a lot of discipline to stay upright enough that you don't end up doing like a good morning, which, spoiler alert, after this, we did good mornings to pins, which got a little crazy. But yeah, these are really good. And I was super happy with where I was at on these. You can see I'm just dropping right down, pretty upright. A lot of pressure in the hips when I did this, which felt great. I have very strong hips. I like the feeling of squatting into my hips. I was super, super happy with how that came out. But yeah, right afterwards, we had SSB Good Morning to Pins. This is something me and Larry are both intimately familiar with, and all of my clients do these at some point. But the difference is me and Larry really like these, and we really like to go heavy with them. And so I did something that I'm sure all my clients will use against me later in life, which is I went way off program. Like I was programmed to do, I don't know what the math is, would have been like 85 kgs or something like that. And I was like, that'd be embarrassing. And granted, like more credit to my coach. He's trying to help me out because I have no belt, or I'm not using a belt right now. And he thought with one arm it would be really hard. But yeah, I was instantly like, well, I'm not doing 80 kgs. So we're going to do 2 reds, which is 130 kgs or just sub 300 pounds. Did that for one set of 10, which I think we'll probably see next. And it was pretty darn easy. I will say, I don't know why it looks better when Larry does it. When I do these, I felt like the pins were set. I guess it doesn't look terrible there. It looked to me like the pins were set a little high. I would almost want to go a little bit deeper with these. They look fine there. But yeah, the real idea is to get just parallel, like parallel to the ground if you can. Granted, there's just so much use to that because you're probably going from, the top of a conventional deadlift stance and up. So these are really good deadlift accessory. And like if you get bent over in a squat, that's kind of what you're coming out of. And it just loads the back, right? If you go further, I will say too, where you're going to feel it is like your neck and your traps, and that's not necessarily the goal. So as I talk about this, maybe I was okay with the height of them, but yeah, so there you go. So there's 2 plates for a set of 10, which I then sent my coach, and then I warned him that I was going to go completely off the rails, and I threw 3 reds on there. So with 3 reds on each side plus the clips, that's 397 pounds. And I got hyped up for this set because I haven't been able to do anything really heavy or challenging or impressive. And I think the way my brain works is like, I just want to do impressive stuff. I want to impress people and myself, right? And so like, I felt like an almost 400-pound good morning with no belt for reps. I don't know what I did, 6 or 7 reps or something like that. I think I started screaming around rep 5. I actually blacked out a little bit around rep 5, like did that thing where I kind of came in and out of consciousness a little bit. Just maybe I wasn't breathing right. But they felt really good. And I would like to do like 500-pound good mornings with my belt once I'm like fully back up to training. The thing is, we pushed these hard in the past, and then I stopped because I hurt my back. 2 years ago, June, I had blown out 3 discs in my back, or 2 discs in my back, and the facet joint was sprained. And I was pretty immobile for a while, and it recovered really fast, and I haven't had pain since because my coach is awesome. He has continued disc problems, and he knew how to rehab me. And so, yeah. And then Larry wanted to try it out. Yeah, it didn't go well. More power for Larry for even taking a 400-pound good morning down like that and just feeling what it's like. And then to finish, we did these, which is single arm dumbbell back extensions, which program said 60 to 70 pounds. I grabbed a 70. Larry did the 70. I just told him, I was like, just do 5 each arm for balance because I can only do one arm, and I was doing 10 reps, and it's like a 2-second pause, which he got yelled at mid-set there for not doing 2-second pauses, then he fixed it. But we both kind of felt like the 70 was maybe a little bit light. I mean, like, here's the thing. I do back extensions with like 380 to mid 400s for reps. And my best ever is a 525 with a barbell. So, I don't know, coach was probably just taking it easy on me, and I just wasn't feeling like being easy today. So, we did the 70, and then I went over and grabbed, no, I take that back. Charlie went over and grabbed a 100-pound dumbbell for me because everybody helps me out because of my arm, which granted, like, I'm super handy capable. I don't necessarily need a lot of help. But I will say I appreciate it. Like, I'm surrounded by friends and clients that want to take care of me and love me, and it's like the greatest blessing in the world. But yeah, I did 100 pounds for a set of 10, 2-second holds. Felt really good. People told me my tricep looks good. That's awesome. It's good that my one arm still looks good, especially when I'm natty. So I really enjoyed these, though. I know my boy Shane, who's going to watch this, he was doing dumbbells attached to cables. Something. He also almost dehanded himself because of it, because he was hitting the thing. So thank God that didn't happen to me.